When the market gets wild, only one man rides it, the trading cowboy.
Boots on the floor, screen lights glow. Chart like an up and roll, get it up, let's go. I'm the trading cowboy, stocks are my thing. NQ on the dashboard, hear that bell ring. Bear flags, bull flags, I rope and I brand. This could be the best 8 seconds ever hit this land. Ride those candles, ride that run, long it to the highs, yeah, chase that sun. Short it to the lows when the tide starts to set. This could be the best 8 seconds, yeah, yeehaw. I'm the trading cowboy, giddy up, catch that momentum, boy. Charts look wild, I just grin. One more trade, let the rodeo begin.
Let's see if we get a little push right here. Nice little push back up, maybe continuation back down. There's the little bounce we want. N2 right there, targeting this top shoulder. Another one at the bottom of this wick right here. A little bit of trouble. Stop if it revisits the bottom of this. And we're out, guys. Big loss. Big push down, no continuation off that 40 area. Broke through. If we don't hold here, next area maybe 711. Let's see if it'll turn around a little bit. Little support right there maybe. See how far up it can push before we get a little continuation down maybe. Small push back down. No continuation back up. So nice little bear flag playing out on a 1. See if we can break right here. Good time to eat a little lunch, guys. Got a little runner as it ran through that 30 area. Trail it back up pretty tight. And stopped out, so. In the hole a little bit while ago on that drop, kind of ate us up, but we're back up 360 for the day. Nice little trade just off that push through the 29s. Bounced off our 200 EMA real nice on a 1 minute. Kind of wicked through it a little bit. Kind of held support back here in this morning. Kind of wicked through it here. Took a little pop. Getting a little rejection right here off the 14 and 21 now. Nice little wick through the 21. Now we want to just kind of see if it's going to be a continuation down. Pretty good little move off the 18, off the 20 area. Starting to stair step a little bit. Nice little push right there. See if we can get a little bit as it pushes through. Kind of just looking right there, see if we can get back up to this 21. Take one off there, let this other one kind of run. See how far it pushes. There we go, guys. Nice little trade right here coming up. Just took it as we got that little hammer right there. Came back, retested. Put me in a little late because how fast it moved, but set it right there for 10 points. All right. Now we got 764 since we started this day. Not bad since this stream started. Nice little push that back down right here. Like that little area as it pushes off. Still going. Nice little setup. Pushing back down now. Nice little wick up there to the 70s. Another little push back down right here. Let's see how far down this candle goes. Want to see it go back and revisit. Kind of that high right there. Can we get that push? See if we can grab a quick 10 points there. If not, we'll be out of the trade. Big drop back down below the EMAs. Still trying to fight right there. Nothing handling. Out of that trade, guys. Going back to the chart. See if we wait for the 200. See if it retests right there. See if we can get a little wick through there maybe. Little pop, nothing to write home about. Starting to be pretty trappy again, guys. Push right back to the 21, right back down. I think now if we continue the weakness, I think we see a push back through the 700s. Little push. Let's see if we can get it to pull back through. If we can break the 720s. Trying to get through that 200 EMA on a 1 minute. 5 still trying to build out a little bear flag. Again, push back up, just chop city, guys. Kind of got the 14 crossing over the 21 back to the downside. Shows more selling pressure. VIX is still kind of pushing. ES back to the bottom of the opening range. Nice slow grind down, but then just enough to go up and stop you out if you're in short. Still a good time to be eating lunch. Push back to the 20s, see if the 20s will hold again. There's a wick through them. Got some pretty good support right here at 710, so may get just a hair bounce right here. Kind of a little bounce right there. 20 seconds left on this candle. May consider this with a stop below the 10s. See what this does right here, maybe. Candle's closing. Try one right there. See if we hold that. Looks like our next stop right here. Should find a little support right there, but gonna try to trail it pretty tight if it does pop. Kind of target back up here to the 720s. Stop about 695 mentally. Straight push back down. $95. See if we get a bounce. Okay, got a little bounce. I'm going to set my stop because I don't want it to come back down there. Push back up, see if we can get back to the 20s. Come on, baby. Still trying. Give it a little bit more. See if we can wick through that top right there, maybe. Didn't quite get it. Should have left it at the 21s. Still okay. Got another 200 out of that trade. Up 773 now. I think it's still going to push, guys. Just got in a little bit of drawdown right there, so didn't want to go back into it. This candle's fixing to close. 15 seconds, so let's see if we can hold right in here. Make sure we're not building out a bear flag on us. Big pop. Whoever stayed in, congrats. That was a good pop right there. Right back down though. Touch the 21. Little bounce back to the low right there. May consider an entry. This candle still got a minute and a half on the 5. Kind of see how it plays out. $15 still super bearish. 1 hour still retrace. Kind of wick that one low. Maybe we get a push back up in the next 15 minutes maybe. Good little push back up right there at the 10s. Five minutes closing right here. Try at the 10s one more time. See if we can get any kind of push. There's a good push. Gonna just trail this, guys. There's 10 points. 11. Alright, another 200. Quick little scalp. Up $1,006 now on this since we started this stream, guys. Come on. And not bad while we're just sitting here enjoying a little lunch. Okay, finally wick through those 10s. See what we get right here. Didn't really have a wick at the bottom. Pushing down pretty good. Let's see if we keep this as our low. 700s. 675 will be next, guys. There's 7s. Still pushing down. 675, 650. Want to see if we get a little bounce of 675s. Okay, 685 is going to hold before we get the bounce. Okay, those 80s held pretty good. Still think we might come visit the 675s, guys, 650s. We do have pretty good support at the 675s. Bounced a little early. See if this little bear flag plays out to get a drop through 75 maybe. There's a break almost to 675. Should find a little support right there. All right, there's the 675. Pushed right through it. See if we get a little reaction off of it. All right, took that as soon as it wicked through the 75s. Nice little push right here. See how far up it can take us. I'm going to start trailing it out back to the 80s, 85s. And trailed out right there. Oh, still got one more. All right. Trailed out right there, guys. Up 14, 17 right now. Look back at this, was just banking on it, the 675, kind of holding. Kind of tried to play the wick, so I had it about 2 points below. Entered me at 72. Wrote it up to 88. So 16 points, 2 contracts. Looks like now we're going to push back through that. Kind of expect us to see maybe the 650s and get a pretty decent bounce there, since that's the bottom of the ORB. So kind of sit here and see how that plays out right now. Otherwise, the 670s will be our bottom for just a little bit, but kind of expecting the 650s to come in. And that's why you got to trail these so much, guys, when you're playing this momentum. You see support there, you got to go in, know where your stop is, and then just trail it till it kind of slows down. You kind of see that shoulder forming. Tomsy, yeah, I mean, so I use the 1 minute on almost all of mine. I use the 5 and 15 on TradingView, but as far as my trading and what I follow, I use a 1 minute. Sometimes I switch to a 2 minute, depending on how the market's reacting, but mainly the 1 minute. Great example right here. As soon as this 1 minute broke our little bear flag, you know, we broke here, got a small retest on the next candle, but now we're down 35 points. So use the 1 minute and the 21 EMA is kind of my main focus. And then I just use the 5 and 15. Sometimes, most of the time, the 1 hour, I'll look at it to see where our wicks are. But so yeah, as far as my actual trading chart, a 1 minute. Okay, nice little bounce off the 60s. Not really a lot right there, guys. Still think the 650s would be a better bounce, but we'll see how this turns around and plays out right here. Yeah, Tomsy. So if I was just starting, I would find me a good prop firm and buy from them, because you can put 5 to 10,000 in an account and trade it, and if you lose it, you're out that. But if you want to go on to a prop firm, you can buy one of their accounts from anywhere from $20 to $100, and if you lose 2,000 of their money, it only costs you $20 to $100 to get started. So I would say start small, start with a good prop firm. Apex, Take Profit Trader, Lucid. Get one of those guys and jump on there. Start with the eval. Trade nice and slow. Get on YouTube. Find you a good teacher. Somebody that you can kind of sit there and kind of explains what they're doing. Kind of like what we do here. Getting a little reaction, guys. The 660 is kind of holding for right now. Still don't solidly trust it. We can get back above the 80s. But still in a downtrend right now. And thanks for everybody showing up and watching. If you're here right now, hit that like button for me. Would you trade besides in gold market or only share market? Yeah, so sometimes in the Asian market at night, I'll play gold, I'll play GC. Just more to get my feet wet in it and kind of watch the charts. But definitely futures, NQ, GC. Silver's a little too volatile for me. ES is another really good one to start on. But yeah, we trade futures NQ here on the daily. I'm usually with my boy Greg, Sink or Swim, in the morning. Market open, about 10 minutes before market open. You can catch us on his channel, Sink or Swim. And then I jump on during the lunch hour, eat a little lunch, trade a little with y'all guys. And we're doing pretty good so far, guys. I mean, we started this, we got on this morning, passed an eval on Greg's channel from 0 to 3,200. Started this one when we got on stream. Got it to 15.14 for the day, so there's our 50% consistency. We'll continue both of them tomorrow. That's what we do, guys. You just rotate accounts. A lot of times I'll trade my fundeds on my own. A lot of times we trade them live if I'm out of evals for the day. But good pop right here, back through the 80s. The 90s held right to the 710s. Let's see if we get some continuation or if we got more downside coming now. If you like what we're doing though, guys, hit that thumbs up. So as a beginner, no, I wouldn't trade gold at the beginning. No, it is messy and hard. You got a lot more at risk. You know, you could play micro gold. What I would do to get your feet wet is get you, like I said, get you a good prop firm. Get on MNQ, which is the micro NQ. You know, buy you one contract and follow the trade. You know, watch the market. Yeah, I mean, come hang out with us. Maybe we can help you. We can all learn together. We're just a bunch of outlaws on this channel, so getting a nice little push here. The 5's looking really nice. We had that push back down to 689, 690, and then got a reaction right back up. We always want to see that push down at the beginning of the open and then the push back up. Kind of looking for maybe the 730s if it continues up. Get right to that 14 EMA. Big rejection back down, guys. Let's see if those 90s will hold again. Think we get a good flush now. Where are you from? Which country? Yeah, so we're in the United States, in Texas. Where are you at, Tomzy? Tomzid? Must butchering your name. I'm sorry if I am. Southeast Asia country from Bangladesh. Wow, that's awesome. Hey, thanks for coming on and talking to me. Beautiful push back up, guys. Right back up to the 21 on a 5-minute. May stall out here for just a second. Day trading psychology, any advice? Learn your good setup, learn what you like, learn how you trade. Wait for that setup no matter what. Don't FOMO into a trade. You know, it's better to wish you were in the trade than wish you weren't in the trade. So learn what you like. You know, I play a lot of bear flags and bull flags. That's kind of what I do. I'm super momentum trading. I'm a perma bull, so I like to go up. I don't like to go down. So I do short it, but you hardly ever see me short. I like to wait for a good setup. I like to wait for support areas and see if I get a bounce. And I'll play that bounce for 10, 20 points. If you have a bad day, have a bad loss, rotate accounts. Start over with a fresh account. If you lose a little bit, just rotate right out of that account and call it good for a day. Don't try to win that money back right then. Be patient. If you do see the setup, you know, have yourself a stop, have yourself a daily loss limit, and stick to that. Make sure you can always get up and walk away for a minute, kind of clear your head, even if you got to walk around the house. Go wash your face off, something like that. But these last couple days, especially Tuesday, it was hard to do that. So always plan for that. Keep that in your mind. Still pushing up. Bull flag played out real nice. Didn't catch any of that, guys. Good run, though. Bounced right off the 720s on that previous candle. Pushed right back over, retested 733. Beautiful V recovery setting up on a 1 minute. If we can clear these 55s, we should see a pop at least to the 70s. Look back at the 1 hour. Small wick down, straight push back up. Little resistance on a 1 hour at the 768s. Nice hammer candle on the 15. Push back down about halfway. Big push back up. 15 rejected off the 14 EMA. Still trying to push a little. Nice little bounce right here. Maybe good entry B40. See if it'll push back over the 760s. All right, you're up about 10 points right there, guys. If you took that trade through the 40s. See if we can get that push to the 60s. Kind of targeting 62. Alright, stopped out right there. Trail hit. Got 760 out of it, guys. Good little 20-point trade. Got that one finished, rotating accounts. Sit back and be patient, see what happens next. Great push up over the 75s. Still pushing. Nice squeeze by the Bulls. Still trying to give us a little run. Thought we might get a little rejection right there. Bulls are squeezing. Nice little top, just sitting and being patient, guys. Nice ride up to the top of that. Little rejection right here. Try a little short right here, just see if we get a little pop out of that. Stops will be up here above these wicks. Kind of just looking for a drop back down into here after that big run. See if this can be another bull flag for more squeeze, or see if we're going to get a little drop. There's a little drop. One trailed out. See if we can take this a little lower. Kind of seeing maybe we can get this little drop right in here. And trailed out right there. Bull flag trying again. See if we fail again, see if that 815 is going to hold. Or see if we're going to get a squeeze. Trying to step in, we're over VWAP. There's the continuation. See if we get the push. VIX is still dropping. ES is pushing back up. If we push to the 810s, I'll short it again. Still pushing up, guys. Might consider another little short right here, see if we get a little rejection. See if they keep squeezing, or gonna kind of look and see how it does off this 34 if we get a wick through it. Just a little quick momentum trade to see if we get a little rejection before we keep going up. What are we going to do? How's it going? Kind of what I'm looking for is if it pushes back through the 20s to the downside, I'll be short. If it breaks above the high, we'll just sit out a little bit longer. Had a big good push. 5 green candles. Kind of what we're looking at. May get a little bounce right here, but kind of just looking for that little belly to be taken off right here. See if we can get a little push down after some of this. If it pushes back up over that wick, I'll exit. Getting a little pop up, still bullish. Our 820s are holding pretty good right now, so and if we hold this, I'll be out of the trade. Start of that 5-minute was pretty decent. Little rejection right there. Another one. Got 2 left, guys. Got 1 left, trailed out of that one. Back at the top of that key range right there. Kind of want to see if we can come back and retest the 800s, 805s. See if we can just wick through that 808 maybe, but got my trail at the top of that wick at 824. Up about 320 on the last one right here. Good little push down. Push right back up. Alright, trailed out of that one. Alright, 682 on that new account right here, guys. And right back down, push. See if we get a little recovery now. Try to be a little patient. Got in a little early this last time. Big push back up. Right back down. Still looking weak. Think we got to go test those 800s again before we keep going up, guys. Big drop back to the 21, guys. Right back through the 800s. See if we get a little bounce here at the 75s again. We'll try one right there. Stop at 65. See if we can get a push back to 800s. Trying to push, pretty weak. Kind of what we're looking at right there, guys. See if we can get that little push back to the 21. Still too weak. There's our push. Come on, giddy up. See if we can get one at the 90s. Right back down. No continuation, so. One more little bounce right there. Just no continuation, guys. Let's set out, see how this candle closes right here. If we can close this full body green, I'd feel a lot better about it. Five seconds. Five-minute looks pretty rough. It's closing in 30 seconds. Kind of right here at the EMAs. See if it holds, but another bear flag on the 1 minute definitely playing out. Try one here if this makes a little double bottom on a 1 minute. Nope, all the way back down, guys. Huge drop. Huge drop, guys. Stay out right here. Let's see what's going on. 130 candle. Definitely tricked some people. Big drop. As soon as it broke out of the 750s, 760s, just straight down. Sit and hang out, guys. See where this stops at. If you're short off the 760s, congratulations. Maybe a little bounce right here. Kind of had some support right here at the 720s earlier. Still pushing. 700s incoming, I think. Yeah, still dropping, guys. If you caught that short, congratulations for sure. What a move. Nothing like a little 70-point rip your face off in the afternoon, huh? 680s may hold for a second. Just have to be patient and see. Nice little push up. 5-minute candlesticks in the close. Got that 50-second push. Let's see what this candle does. If it pushes down instantly, not really a push down. I'd like to see it come back down to maybe 710. How long have you been trading? So yeah, about going on 3 years now. Soul shift. Alright, so right there. So if it pushes back through the 720s. How's that now? You want me to get a little closer to the mic? Let me turn it up a little bit more. Is that a little better? Cool. Thanks, So Shift. So push through there, long at 720. See if we get a push back up to the 740s. There's 10 points. Right back down. Come on. Stops at 705. And took one off at 730s. Stopped the last one out right there. So about a break-even trade for the day. So not just great. Got our fundeds all up to max for the day, much as I like anyway. Couple evals finished for the day. Yeah, so right here what I like to do is I like to wait for these dojis and these nice little green boner candles. I like for a retrace, and I like to enter at the top back at that body for a push back usually to the 21. Right now kind of playing out that we're just kind of doing a little long-term bear flag, but on a 1 minute time frame you could kind of see that as a little bull flag. So if it breaks back through the 20s, we could get a push back up to 40 pretty easy. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. Just bear flags and bull flags. Playing off the 21. Kind of just want to see this area right here hold. You can kind of see our previous, when we broke through this from earlier. When we broke through this little trend right here, we had a huge drop. So there was our push through the 21 soul shift. Through the 21, right up to the 40s exactly. So that's what I like to play. Had our nice little doji here. Almost had that push. Tried to enter here. Right back in here. Let me swap back over to this screen so you can kind of see my more specific. So right back here, we bounced off this. Had our green doji. Pushed through the 21. Our 721 area, 720, right up to the 43s, right to that 21. So I look for a good, 10, 15, 25 point. That was a 20 point right there. I look for those moves just all day long. Playing right out of a little mini bear bull flag after we get a bounce from a big drop. And you can kind of see how that played about every time. Even when we come back through here. Every time we had this big drop. Little hammer doji candle. This next candle come right back through. Retraced about half of that candle. So my entry would have been 733. And push right up to 53. So nice little 20 points there too. But again, long term, if I shrink this down, we had the big drop. We're setting up for a nice little bear flag to continue down. So if I watch this same setup right here, I'm seeing if it's going to close below. Want to close below and then maybe a slight retest of it. So there was the close below. Don't really have any wick on this candle, so I'm expecting it to come back up a little bit. This could be support right here, this 88 area. If you look back to the left, that was our support right here when we pushed back up. Gathered back here. It's retesting it here, so I'm expecting a little retest, maybe. So now if it pushes back through the 700s, I would consider a short. Does that help any? So there was kind of the little retest. Want to see it push back through these 98s for a continuation down. Possible target the 670s. Five-minute setup shows a little bit of a bounce. Kind of trying to hold right there, but all right. Just consolidating right here, guys. A little bit of chop. Don't really want to just FOMO into anything. Just chop, guys. Just chop. 2 minutes still playing out a little bear flag. 15, not a lot of action happening on this new candle. Push straight up. Made a wick. So kind of looking for some follow through back to the downside. Kind of think 650s are in play. $30 minutes, a little interesting. No wick up here at the top of this one. One hour, huge wick at the top. Definitely pushing back down. 660, 650s I think are definitely in play. About 10 more minutes, guys. I'll have to jump off here. Volume and everything just kind of slowing down right now. Yeah, so we had a bunch of good trades today. Let me switch over here. I'll have to switch back and forth a little bit, but here's one of my fundage right here. Made 1,007 on it today. Got it up to 53.64, so it's ready for a payout. Probably take it probably sometime tomorrow. Another little funded right here. It's at 52,837. Made 14.43 on it today. About a couple little evals we took on the stream today starting out. Got one of them at 15.34. One of them at 15.14. So got those 50% consistency rules. What else we got? Passed an Apex today live on our other channel over Sink or Swim. Open market this morning. Started it at 0. Got it passed. Made a little over 3,200 to get it passed. So I'll get it funded in the morning tonight sometime. Trade it tomorrow. So yeah, took several good trades today. So just trying to be patient. A little slow right now. Got chopped up a little bit earlier. We just had a bunch of chop, but that chop was 30 points, 25, 30 points. So super easy to blow a good account on a day like that. How about you, Soul Shift? What are you working on? How's your game plan for today going? There's our push through 680. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you're trying to pass an eval. Been more than a month. Took 2 trades today. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely hop on here, man. A lot of times earlier, kind of slow right now, kind of just a slow grind down. So, trying to be patient. You know, I'm a bull by heart, so I like to ride the stuff up and not necessarily down. So, I try to look for some of that momentum, get some bounces off some resistance, some key resistance levels, support levels anyway. Um, yeah, man, that's good though. I mean, keep pushing at it. It does take some time. In the mornings we're on. If you'll want to search for Sink or Swim, me and Greg are on there right at open. So come right along. And then I usually jump on after, eat a little lunch with you guys. Try to trade till maybe about 2. But right now it's just a slow grind down, so kind of hard to just jump in something. You know, our ATR right now, we're still getting a little bit of a move, about 10 to 15 points. So I like a lot of momentum when I go into a trade, so I want to see it work right then. And I want to see a good clear direction, so you know, like I tell everybody, it's always nicer to wish you were in a trade than wish you weren't in a trade. So when it's just sitting choppy like this, be a little patient. There's a good push back up. Kind of what we like to see right there. Nice little volume coming in. Nice little 50-second push on the close of this 5-minute. Could have tried a little earlier, so wick through the 21, so now we want to make sure we weren't squeezing out some shorts. A lot of them probably had their stop up here at the 700s, so it wicks right through there. So if we can get a flush now, I think we'll get right back through the 660s. So we'll take 2 right there, see if we can ride them up. See if we can get that push back up. Stop will be below 72. There's a little push. Took one off. Going to trail the other one now, nice and easy. Up about 400 on that trade. May stop me out right here. If we get a push to the 21, it may come down and wick us out at 95. Okay, wicked us out right there. So there's a little trade so shift. 393 just on the little doji right here. This candle opened, retraced right back down. So went in at the 86s, rode one to the 21. Let the other one trail to see if we got an extra push. We didn't get that push, but 393 on that little trade. Again, just playing the momentum, riding those candles. That's what the Trading Cowboy does, guys. You got to be a little quick so shift on some of those. It's straight momentum trading. You know, if it doesn't go my way, I may get out super fast. But a lot of times I like to see that and ride it straight to the 21. If you'll notice, it rejects a lot of times off the 21. So sometimes you get a push up there, before it comes back down. So yeah, that's what we do right here, guys. So we're getting a little push back up right here. After that rejection, I want to be a little careful because I'd like to short that right there, but I think we have a little bit of strength maybe now coming into close of this hourly. So a lot of times we'll get a little push back up. Excuse me. Our hourly doesn't look great anyway, so the hourly is telling you we're still bullish, right? Or bearish, I'm sorry. For sure, right? VIX kind of came down a little bit. ES is at the bottom of the box, trying to just find a little support. Maybe it can hold there. 5-minute close here. We tried to push up, but we have this huge stair step down. So we're slowly starting to stair step. So thinking we could get a little pop here, but gonna have to wait, be patient, see how this hourly closes. Nice little pop back up to the 21. Trying to get above those EMAs right there. Didn't really form a wick on that opening of that candle on the 1 minute. So I'm a little leery to try to jump in right there without a wick being here. May get a good push, but I'd rather it push without me than fall with me in it. So beautiful push. Hourly's closing in about 20 seconds. That's the reason we're getting some of our push. So we're going to close green even though we had that huge fall. There's the close. So that candle pushed straight back down right off the bat. Huge down. I'm going to try to grab one off the 21 right there maybe. Got me in a little late. So the 5 pushed straight back down, no wick on the top, so kind of thinking it may come back and revisit that, but wanted to see if it'll go back up and make a wick back at the top of that 5-minute right there. There's our little reaction. See if we can get a little push back up. There's one taking off. Trailed me out of the other two, so not a great trade. Made about 130. I think we still get that push back up. Just starting to get a little wicky for the beginning of this, but like I said, just playing into that 5-minute candle pushed straight down. So see now how it's having to come up and fix itself. So that's kind of what we're looking forward to on that quick. See, now we have that nice wick. We're pushing right through it. Should have just held it just a little bit longer. Yeah, still a win for sure. I think so, Shift. But you know, sometimes it's a little bit harder streaming this live. So um, sometimes you know what you want it to do, you believe in it, but when you get down a little bit and it plays back in your favor, sometimes it'll stop you out a little bit. I like one of them. If I play one, two, or three of them, I like one of them to hit my target. But there again, when you see that push straight down, and it may not be that same 5 minute candle, but sometime it's going to have to go up and repair that. You know, if you look back up here at the top of this one, see we have no wick right there. So in theory, at some point, I believe that we're going to come up here and wick above this and clean this candle up a little bit and give it a little pretend wick, even though we're, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35 minutes later. I still think at some point we're going to come clean that up a little bit. We have these EMAs right here. We need to get above them. So yeah, devil's mark for sure. Kind of rejecting right there. Kind of what the 1 minute looks like. So I think we got to get a little bit of a retracement. Let's see if we can pump back up through those 740s. Our 5 minute 765. So I think we need to wick above those 765s to clean that up a little bit. Fifteen's looking pretty bullish now. If we can get back up, I mean, still kind of making a little bear flag. So you still want to be a little careful. I mean, we're still making this little bear flag right here. Had such a big drop though. We're testing this area again. I think if we can push to the 745s, we may see a little more continuation up about 20, 30 points. Got to get above this 21. So there's an open of a new 5. See, we're pushing straight down. Kind of what we want to see. Try a little long right there maybe if it pushes through a little bit more. See if we can squeeze a little bit. Just on the basis this little 5 minute has to hold right here. We got to get this EMA right here to hold. So if we can get that to hold, otherwise I think we'll come back down to the 21 on a 1 minute. So getting our little push now. Set a few stops in place. I'm going to go ahead and bring one off. Leave this one down here, see if we can get a good push through there. So last one's up, 340, 345. Just going to trail it, about 5 points behind it. If it hits my runner, we're out, but up 430. Back to the 750s like we talked about, and it trailed me out. So There we go. Now this one we just did a while ago, up 1,073. Kind of wicked us out, got us a little lower than we wanted, but still think we might push up and get that 760 is kind of the shoulder of this right here. So, but yeah, there again, so shift. I mean, just plain momentum. You look back at the 5, we're still pushing, but we had that nice push down on our 5 right here. So our entry could have been 736, which is roughly maybe where we were. And then we just run it up to that next shoulder, 763. So, you know, got a potential right there for 27 points, and it's pushing past that. But that's what I kind of look for, is the push down. My entry is back at the top of this previous body. So that way when it pushes through it, then I target that next shoulder that's in the way. So, and like I said, we just talked about it, right? This 5-minute candle right here didn't have a wick. And so my thesis is at some point we got to come fix that wick. So now we came up here, we finished that business, we gave that a little wick. Now we're back up to our VWAP right here at 790. Nice push. Should have rode it a little longer, but got a lot of stuff back over here to get out of the way. So it's going to have to come back down, retrace a little bit, build a little momentum, and then get a little push back up if we're going to keep going. But beautiful V recovery. I mean, we're making a nice W right here. Boom. There's our W. So now if we can get that push back through. Got a little bit of time, but maybe we could push back through to the 900s before close. It's possible. Still pushing up, guys. I mean, wow, look at that 5-minute. I mean, this 5-minute candle, we're now 72 points. Still squeezing those shorts. Love it. So this one closed above the 5 or above the VWAP. This 5-minute. Had a little push up. Now we're getting a push down. Thinking maybe 772s. I don't know if I want to see 760s again, but maybe 772 bounce. I'm going to have to run here in just a minute, guys. It's already past 2. Beautiful continuation, guys. I'm going to have to hop off of here, guys, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move. Got our nice W right here. Nice push back up. Our 660s held the whole time after that. Hey, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Again, hey, sink or swim tomorrow at 8:30, guys. Open the market about 10 minutes before. Jump on there with me and Greg. After that a little bit, I'll get on my channel, The Trading Cowboy. Come to you live in the tack room. Soul Shift, it's good to talk to you, meet you. Thanks for coming by. Subscribe, man, so we can see you again tomorrow. Love to chat with you some more. We're just all outlaws here having a little fun, so learning a lot with each other, learning to survive. I'll see y'all tomorrow, guys. Trading Cowboy out. Giddy up.
When the market gets wild, only one man rides it, the Trading Cowboy.
Boots on the floor, screen lights glow. Chart like an open road, get it up, let's go. I'm the Trading Cowboy, stocks are my thing. NQ on the dashboard, hear that bell ring. Bear flags, bull flags, a rope and I brand. This could be the best 8 seconds ever hit this land.